The Eves is a 2011 or 2012, I couldn't figure out which, indie horror film that I watched because it stars Paris Hilton's My New BFF contestant, Corrie Lofton.
Want it back? Come and get it.
The bewitching Texan who ultimately did not win the title of Paris Hilton's BFF.
I'd love to be friends, but just not best friends.
I understand.
The movie is exactly what you'd expect, a not very well shot, badly acted, cookie-cutter amateur movie where a few greasy boys take some surreally non-reactive women on a little drive that goes wrong. It's very much a 2000s horror movie. In fact, it feels like it could be 10 years older than it actually is.
I had some service early. It won't turn on.
Here, let me see it.
Shit!
It's paint by numbers, it's fairly boring, and it has that awkward, crass energy that so many cheap horror movies employ.
You gonna rape John or what? Very funny.
But in light of that, where this movie ends up going is actually a bit more interesting than you might expect. So let's go through it. The Eves begins in the car. The scariest place of all! A bunch of college students are driving somewhere to enjoy their spring break. They're listening to a missing persons report on the radio.
The search is now underway for 21-year-old Jessica Moore.
One of the guys is making a fun home video, so this movie can have a little bit of a found footage feel, even though it mainly shoots with regular, non-diegetic cameras. This guy's only personality trait is being a disgusting, insufferable pervert.
I've got to get a closer look at those tits.
That's Trevor. Why we need this character in every horror movie and anime ever made, I have still yet to figure out, and mark my words, I will personally kill the grape pervert from My Hero Academia. But anyway, he's here. He's Trevor. He's disgusting. And everyone hates him.
Play nice, alright? This is a very expensive piece of machinery.
Get that camera away from me.
The most normal-seeming guy in the car is the driver, Matt. He's the boyfriend of the girl who Trevor is primarily harassing at this moment, Nikki. The other woman in the car is Yvette, the mean and cruel woman of the group, who Trevor also bothers, and in the back are two boys who look startlingly alike. They are John, a quiet guy who does little but draws secretively in a sketchbook, me, and Paul, who is Nikki's brother, and just a simple, nice guy.
Everyone loves you.
Yeah.
In another car are two wacky weirdos. One of them is our girl, that's Corrie, there she is. Her character's name is Lauren, and she's a sort of spacey party girl.
How about another peek?
Maybe later.
The other is the goofy boy of the group, the Joker. That's Selena Gomez's husband, that's Benny Blanco, but we will call him Luke, because that is his name. The opening scene really gives a lot of time to Trevor and his relentless sexual harassment, and actually, you know, he's kind of giving nostalgia critic.
What the hell is the matter with you, man? I mean, come on.
Sorry. Nikki is ready to dismiss this, however.
Don't worry about Trevor. He's just a smart ass.
I don't know, Nikki. I think he's a sexual predator, but okay. The car overheats, so they make a quick stop, and Trevor sees a weird building, so he walks towards it. Gotta check out a weird building if you see one, right? Luke makes the first scare of the movie.
Trevor! Oh!
And he says, that old church isn't gonna hurt you, boy.
That old church isn't gonna hurt you, boy.
Trevor says that he doesn't like church.
I don't like church.
And Luke acts a bit creepy and sinister.
Church reminds people that they're gonna die.
And then lights up a joint.
Hey, let me have some.
Sometimes the actor playing Trevor really hits on something, you know? He enters a Scooby-Doo type world now and then. Mostly I hate him, but, you know, the Scooby-Doo world comes up and I do like that.
Oh, come on. No beer?
The girls head into the woods to go pee, and they discuss boys.
You gonna rape John or what?
We may not pass the Bechdel test, guys. I'm so sorry. Lauren has a crush on Quiet John, but the other girls think he's gay.
Oh, please, I know you've heard what they say.
He's not gay.
And also, apparently, Nikki made love to Luke.
Or maybe you could just find out, like you did with Luke.
That's not true.
You know what they say.
Well, it's not true, so shut up about it.
The acting in this movie is, as you will learn, really powerful stuff. Paul, further inspecting the creepy old church, finds a leaflet about it. The Eves United Church. Scary music plays. And now we have a peeing scene.
Man, I hate this.
Two of them are just genuinely peeing together side by side, and this for me was the first tell for the weird tonal imbalance that this movie enjoys. The clue that this film was, at the very least, a little bit interesting.
Penis envy?
Yeah, big penis envy.
Hell yeah.
Just a second. I had like 6 bottles of water this morning. I'm on this new diet, by the way. I drink a whole lot of water and it fills me up.
Trevor scares Paul, then Luke scares Trevor. Boys, 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 stop all this. John is in the car drawing gore, and some cops show up.
Hello.
Hey,
They advise them to go to a nearby lodge to get some water for the engine.
That'll take you to old hunting lodge. Should be some there, give you all a hand.
Lauren desperately tries to appeal to John at this moment. It doesn't work out.
Flirting with you. Do you like it?
They roll up to the lodge and Luke demonstrates his maniac sensibilities in one of the lowest jump scares ever put to film.
Think anyone's home?
This guy loves to laugh. So here they are at the strange abandoned house. They enter without invitation because it's Texas.
Guys, we're cool. Nobody's home. It's Texas.
And Lauren has a character moment.
This seems just a little illegal.
She doesn't like seeing the severed heads of animals.
These poor, poor animals.
Paul and Trevor enjoy looking at a banner. Everyone grabs beer and discusses their lack of phone reception.
Dude, I haven't had cell reception in hours.
And John draws more gore or whatever. But Lauren steals his sketchbook. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, Yvette comes on to Luke, and they kiss and cuddle. However, this is one of the weirdest kissing and cuddling scenes, that's what I call them, let's not discuss it, I've ever seen, because they just start slapping each other around. So this is what I mean about the tone. This is supposed to be a comedy moment.
What happened to your faces? You two look... You kind of look beat up.
And it's just like, why is this happening right now?
Right.
Lauren is in the woods looking at John's gorgeous art when, oh shit, he comes up behind her.
You scared me.
What is that, the noise from selecting a character in Tekken or something? Scary. He just stares at her like this, and she kisses him, but he doesn't like that at all. After being blatantly pushed away, she takes it one step further, she reveals her breasts.
Don't you want to stay here for a while? With me?
No, girl, don't do that. They have a tense conversation about what people say about John behind his back.
Tell me what they really say.
They say that you're gay.
And he disappears and leaves his sketchbook behind. What's in that sketchbook? Scribbled out men's beautiful bodies. No! Nikki's snooping around in the lodge and her scary boyfriend man comes up behind her. Wow, people should stop coming up behind other people, I think. It's getting to be a little bit silly, no? She remarks that the bed looks cozy, wink wink.
Cozy?
But Matt's just like, haha, let's go.
Come on, we shouldn't be in here.
Paul is winning against Trevor at pool.
All right, Paul.
Trevor keeps talking about how Matt won't make love.
Matt not taking care of business?
Yvette gets a bit weirded out in the garage and cuts her cuddling short, to which Luke responds,
Bitch.
and Lauren is hunted down. Matt comes up behind Luke and scares him, and another scary he's behind you moment. This movie really gives the people what they want. Could he be behind me? Yeah, most likely he's gonna be. The truck is officially dead and they hear scary noises outside. So they debate staying in the house overnight.
I don't really want to stay here.
Luke leaves to find Lauren and John, and Matt and Paul have a conversation in front of the Bible quote on the wall about how Paul wasn't supposed to come.
Nikki invited me. Said she wanted me to come. Said it was okay.
Yeah, she has a tendency to do that.
Paul chooses this moment to correct the banner because he knows the Bible real good.
It's Proverbs 14:32, not 13:32.
Thanks, Paul. A little bit later, he watches the footage on Trevor's camcorder and notices something strange.
Are you ready to be delivered?
What?
Those still in the house hear something like a knock at the door and discover graffiti on the front of the house.
What the hell is that?
Okay.
Delivered.
Uh-oh, what's that all about then? Nikki looks for her phone in her bag, but she can't find it.
Where's my phone?
Oh my god!
And then the lights go out. A lot of spooky stuff is happening right now. A song about killing plays.
I've got someone to kill.
Matt goes outside to investigate, and the gang hears a gunshot. They head to the garage and find a stack of women's driver's licenses.
This is the girl. The girl that's missing.
And also 2 bodies. It's John and an old guy.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know. It's an older man.
They hear more gunshots and run away, and Trevor falls in a hole.
Trevor, wait. Slow down.
It's filled with dead bodies, so Trevor starts screaming and freaking out.
Can you guys get me out of here? It smells like ass down here. No! No!
They're trying to get him out of there when a car pulls up, so they hide and they're like, shut up, Trevor, but he just keeps on screaming.
Oh!
And then he gets kicked in the balls. The others run away and Paul says, let's hide, guys.
Maybe there's somewhere we can hide.
Yvette says,
I don't want to hide anymore.
What are you talking about, girl? What do you mean? Paul goes off to scope things out again, some guy appears, and the girls watch him shoot a gun. They wait in the dark for a bit and then notice car headlights outside, so they run over to it and find Lauren in the back seat. Paul is still investigating at this time and locates some spooky children's drawings on the furniture. And Matt comes up behind him.
Hello, Paul.
Uh-oh. The women remove the tape from Lauren's mouth and she starts babbling about how they're going to get killed big time.
They're gonna kill us. Who's gonna kill us?
And then the three of them see Matt emerge from the house with a big gun. At the same time, they get crashed into. Paul awakens in the pool room. It's daytime. He hears some memories.
Where's your car?
You read the Bible?
He walks around. He finds a folder of baby pics. Aww, cute. Wait a minute. Who is that? Are those our boys? Is this the house of our boys? Has this folder just been right here the whole time? That seems negligent. There's another boy, by the way. There he is. That's Mark. Yeah. Matt shows up again to give Paul some info. We hear that the secret fourth brother Mark was sent away for being too nasty and has just now come back to kill his daddy.
He killed John, my father.
Matt explains to Paul that God speaks to him and the other brothers.
God speaks to us, Paul.
And that God told his father to kill the Eves, i.e. women.
The Eves, they poison the spirit of man.
All of our major exposition about what's happening pretty much occurs in this conversation, so Luke hates women but can't stop being aroused by them.
He's lustful.
Matt liked Nikki and believed she was different, but she fooled around with Luke and he realized that nope, all women are disgusting.
I thought she was different, and he showed me that she wasn't.
And so his father must have been right and he does have to kill them. Paul tries to run away but encounters Luke and gets hit over the head. Not again. Nikki, Paul and Yvette wake up and see Lauren having her eyes cut out and being killed. Trevor also gets killed really bad. Luke goes to get the next victim and Paul tells him this.
You don't know God. You don't speak to God.
Nikki and Yvette get themselves untied while Paul tries to lecture the boys out of killing him in God's name.
What does God say about murder?
They keep kicking him and he keeps asking them what God says about different bad things.
What does God say about liars?
After this epic speech about how actually God wouldn't want you to be a serial killer probably, Matt just kind of doesn't pay attention to Paul for a sec, and so he's able to slam a rock into the back of his head. Nikki and Yvette are trying to drive away, and the actor playing Luke is actually giving it way too much at this point. I mean, good for him, he certainly enjoyed himself, but oh my god, silly guy alert. Now John has a kind of godly retribution moment.
You will pay for your sins, Matt. You all will pay for what you have done.
That's kinda creepy, but I like that. For a moment there's something scary about Paul, the one who ultimately knows God better, the one who can claim the violence and wrath of God earnestly. Punishing sinners is justified, then, at the point where we deem the sin real. Nikki and Yvette are still trying to start the car with Luke taunting them, and it turns out that he actually raped Lauren.
You'd be surprised how much that little whore Lauren put up a fight.
Which is information delivered with all the sensitivity of a brick to the face. Then he immediately gets bonked on the head by the fourth brother. That's Mark. Hi, Mark. Thank you. So it's far from a thoughtful idea, really just a flippant way to solidify Luke as the nastiest freak of all and to give another little shock to the audience. But there is something I enjoy about making Lauren the character the movie has presented to us as the slut of the group, the primary victim of sexual violence. Here are men's ideas about women, and here is reality, and here's the gulf between them. But the movie also has her show her body to the audience, so, you know, men's ideas about women are baked into the movie in certain ways. The characters are blandly misogynistic shells regardless. They have a deep feminine emptiness.
What?
but there is the seed of something here in Corrie from Paris Hilton's My New BFF's character. There's an earnestness and a vague shroud of personhood behind the blonde Texan bikini girl. You can see it trying to come out when she reacts to the deer heads.
What, you don't eat cheeseburgers?
I don't put their heads on my walls.
Or when she talks about her stupid diet.
I had like 6 bottles of water this morning.
It's like she's almost a person, but not quite. You know, like how women are. Anyway, Paul's getting strangled. Matt tells him he's not a man of God.
You are not a man of God.
Kills him, and takes a little look at the crucifix around his neck. The two women see this and run off. Mark and Matt have a little talk now.
We're fulfilling God's will.
And Mark says, hey man, we shouldn't have killed all those women.
We were fulfilling Dad's will.
Matt replies, yes we should have.
They were all evil. Don't you understand?
And then Mark drops the last bombshell of the movie.
He was our father.
He wasn't our father.
Wow. That's crazy. He wasn't even your real daddy. He was just some guy, I guess. I don't know. They fight and kill each other. Awesome. Nikki and Yvette find the 2 cops we saw earlier in the movie and get in that cop car, but uh-oh, those cops are taking them right back to the lodge. As it turns out, they're part of the family.
Nephew.
Nikki sees a cute snapshot on the wall featuring the big daddy cop and figures this out, and we end on her shooting the younger cop directly in the face.
Are you ready to be delivered?
Phew, okay. So The Eves is pretty bad, the production values are understandably low, the acting is horrible, and the story is very derivative. As with many bad movies, the erratic tone kind of squishes it into the shape of something more confusing and therefore more interpretable. There's a looseness to reality here. It follows in the great film tradition of making an absolutely dogshit Texas Chainsaw Massacre dupe without the true campy genius of having a pathetic rubber loser who can't move orchestrate the sucking up of a young woman's very life force in service of maintaining his own decrepit existence. There is, though, a glimpse of beautiful creative flair lurking somewhere in this thing. It's a contradiction of nasty misogyny meets flimsy pro-woman treatise. Why did it make fun of domestic violence in a single bizarre slapstick scene and then later present this character as an actual maniacal rapist? The silliness at the core of this movie is an interesting version of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's own goofiness. That film is a beautifully made, insane, genuine camp masterpiece, and of course, like many other imitators, The Eves doesn't come close to landing the wonderful blend of humor, tactility, and kind of gorgeous commentary on men that dear TCM excelled at. I remember watching it and being stunned to learn that not only was this actually a fucking vampire movie with physical effects and timing that in some moments feels like What We Do in the Shadows level comedy, but also, oh my god, this is a Marge Simpson and Bell Bottoms ass message about men sucking women dry in this beautiful, pathetic, and funny way. The Eves tries. It casts the 4 evangelists as nasty freaks who have only a false, warped commune with God, and I like that. It gives us the peeing scene where its female characters curse God for giving them inconvenient anatomy.
God really screwed us in the urination department.
I know, guys can go anywhere.
It laughs at its silly pervert who ultimately is an innocent guy despite his repulsive manner.
You gotta come check this out, this is awesome!
And yet, the men are the villains, and their target is cute, fun women. And the guy who knows God real good doesn't make it. I don't know, something about The Eves tickles me, and I'm glad that Corrie's character was ultimately perhaps the most interesting. The only woman who died though. Sad.